In this video, we're gonna look at the heartbreaking and complex story of Kim Sae Ron, a former child star whose promising career ended in tragedy. I'll also be sharing my personal take and analysis. Let me tell you about someone extraordinary, Kim Sae Ron. She won her first acting award at just 9 years old. Nine. Most of us were still figuring out multiplication tables, and she was already walking red carpets and winning trophies. And it didn't stop there. She kept rising, year after year, until the age of 20. She didn't just act, she transformed. She took on deep emotional, even painful stories, and made you believe every second of it. That's not common, not in Korea, not anywhere. What Kim Sae Ron achieved isn't just success, it's a legacy. A legacy built not just on talent, but on courage, maturity, and sheer emotional power. And honestly, how many 9-year-olds can say that have accomplished that? But in 2022, everything changed. Sae Ron was involved in a drunk driving incident in Gangnam, Seoul, around 8:00 in the morning. She crashed into guardrails, trees, and ultimately into a power transformer. This caused a blackout that affected 57 local businesses. Sae Ron initially refused a breathalyzer test, but later submitted to a blood test. Her blood alcohol content was over 0.2%, over 4 times the legal limit. Her license was revoked, and she was fined 20 million Korean won, $14,500. Things took a turn for the worse as she began to feel the consequences and backlash. She posted a handwritten apology admitting her mistake and personally visited businesses to offer compensation.
This is Kim Sae Ron. I caused an accident in Gangnam yesterday, May 18th, at around 8 a.m. where I damaged public property. At the time, I was drunk and made a big mistake. Due to my wrong judgment and actions, I have caused damage to many people. I should have acted more carefully and responsibly. I sincerely apologize. I am currently working with the company to sort out the damage caused by the accident, and I will do my best to communicate and actively resolve it until the end. I deeply apologize once again and apologize for causing concern. There is no room for excuses for this unfortunate incident, and I am disappointed in myself and ashamed of my mistake. I will deeply reflect again so that something like this will never happen again. I am sorry.
But the consequences didn't stop there. She was dropped from ongoing projects like Trolley and Bloodhounds, and her scenes were heavily edited out. She lost sponsorships, had to pay over 700 million Korean won, $507,000 in penalties, and her agency, gold medalist, terminated her contract. In 2024, she tried to make a comeback in a low-budget film, Guitar Man, under a new stage name, Kim Sae. She was optimistic. She even told friends she was opening a cafe and rebuilding her life. And things got even messier. On March 2024, her agency gold medalist sent Kim Sae Ron an official notice for debt repayment. She was being ordered to pay compensation to her former agency for the damages she caused. And the due date was December 31st, 2023. Gold medalist threatened to take both civil and a criminal legal action if the amount was not paid back in full. Kim Sae Ron could not afford to make the repayment at the time, and due to her drunk driving incident, she had to juggle earning money for her family alongside making repayments to gold medalists for the damages she caused them. Kim Sae Ron used to be gold medalist #1 celebrity, but her contract was not renewed. At that time, she may have judged that her debt was quietly settled. But upon seeing the official notice, she gave in to the fear and ended up sending an SOS signal to Kim Soo Hyun. On March 24, 2024, Sae Ron's final public plea was directed at Kim Soo Hyun, the actor and co-founder of Gold Medalist, and her ex-boyfriend. She reportedly sent him a message saying,
Oppa, this is Sae Ron. I received a letter of certification today that your company is suing me. You said you'd give me time, so I'm working hard preparing for a comeback. I'll pay you back with a percentage from each work. I'm not saying I won't pay, but I can't right now. Please save me. I beg of you.
She even posted an old photo of the two together, sparking rumors that they were more than colleagues. After Kim Sae Ron sent a text message to Kim Soo Hyun and posted a photo of the two on social media on March 24th, the second notice was issued the next day. Gold medalist said that the second letter was intended to explain the rationale behind the first and express a forward-looking willingness to negotiate because the loan repayment period had matured, and if we did not pursue the matter, our executives could face criminal liability. So we issued the second notice, the agency said, emphasizing again that it was not intended as pressure. On March 26, 2024, the day after the second notice was sent, gold medalist legal representative also contacted Kim Sae Ron's management, stating, in appreciation of your past efforts and in acknowledgement of the responsibility for the damages incurred, we would like to coordinate the final repayment amount and future repayment plan through mutual discussion. Furthermore, gold medalist quickly denied the dating rumors and claimed the photo was taken when they were working on the same project. In mid-November 2024, Kim Sae Ron met a man from the United States, someone outside the entertainment industry. According to both of their statements, the meeting happened through a mutual acquaintance. Things moved quickly. By late November, they were already in a serious relationship, and just a couple of months later, in January 2025, the two got married. Kim reportedly flew to the U.S. multiple times. Her husband, a man from New York, confirmed they met in person 4 times between November and February. Despite the limited face-to-face interactions, their relationship progressed rapidly. Soon after the wedding, rumors began circulating. Accusations involving pregnancy, blackmail, and even abuse. On March 25, 2025, Kim's husband released a public statement. He shared their marriage certificate to confirm the union, but firmly denied all allegations. He stated that Kim was never pregnant, that they had no plans for children, and that their relationship was already strained within a month of marriage. He also denied any abuse and criticized those spreading false narratives. Meanwhile, fans in the media were left confused by the conflicting reports. In a video by YouTuber Lee Jin-ho, Kim Sae Ron's best friend claimed Kim had shown her pictures of abuse. However, these remain unverified allegations. Her husband responded publicly, challenging the claims and stating,
"If such photos exist, I urge you to release them. If needed, I'm willing to undergo a police investigation."
YouTuber Lee Jin-ho released an audio recording on March 19, 2025, allegedly capturing a conversation between Kim Sae Ron and her former manager that reveals an emotional confession about her secret marriage, pregnancy, and abortion. According to the recording, the conversation took place during a particularly distressing period in her life. Kim said that she secretly married an American man, an employee of a large company based in New York, and became pregnant. However, the relationship quickly soured. She claims in the audio that her husband was responsible for leaking their private photos online, including wedding images and even a copy of their marriage certificate. The most heartbreaking part of the recording is her admission that she had an abortion. Her tone reflects deep distress, guilt, and fear of public backlash. The manager, while calm, stresses the seriousness of her choices, reminding her of the responsibilities that come with fame. On February 16th, 2025, Kim Sae Ron was found dead at her apartment in Seoul. She was just 24 years old. Police later confirmed that it was suicide. A friend had gone to check on her after not hearing from her and made the discovery. Now, in the days leading up to her passing, Kim had been keeping busy. Behind the scenes, she was dealing with a lot: financial debt, pressure from the media, and ongoing public scrutiny, especially after her DUI incident. It's a sad reminder that even when someone looks like they're doing okay, they might still be going through a lot. After Kim Sae Ron's death, on February 16th, Dispatch, a well-known Korean news outlet, visited the apartment building where she lived and interviewed residents who had seen her regularly. One neighbor said, "I thought it was Kim Sae Ron when I saw the death article," and recalled, "I remember her because she used to cry a lot on the hallway stairs." When asked, "Have you seen Kim Sae Ron?" the resident replied, "She sat on the steps of the building and cried for a long time. I felt sorry for her and tried to comfort her. It seemed like she had a personal story. I listened to her complaints." The neighbor also noted, "I saw a wound around her wrist. I thought that the young woman had lived a very difficult life. I didn't even know she was an actress until then. I just thought that she had come up to Seoul and lived with her younger sister." These accounts paint a picture of someone quietly struggling, not as a celebrity, but as a young woman dealing with real-life pain in silence. It all began with the 2022 incident when Kim Sae Ron was caught driving under the influence. She crashed her car, admitted her mistake, and apologized for the incident. Now, here's a hard take. Why would someone drink in the morning? The answer can vary depending on the data. Given Sae Ron's early fame and the burden of maintaining a perfect image, morning drinking could indicate an attempt to escape anxiety or shame, especially under intense public pressure. Another possible reason could be her breakup with her boyfriend, who was reportedly an idol. According to Korean entertainment media, they ended their relationship around May 2022, shortly before or during the time of her DUI. Some reports speculate that the emotional fallout from this breakup may have contributed to her mental state. So these two factors could potentially explain why she was drinking. Here's the part I don't understand. If someone drank that much alcohol in the morning, why would they get behind the wheel unless they had an important meeting to attend? Why go to work drunk? And even if she felt the need to, why drive? She could have taken a taxi. Given her fame, public transport wasn't an option. but a taxi or a ride from a friend would have been much safer. Her reputation took a massive hit after the accident. It triggered a chain reaction: loss of sponsorships, financial damages, public backlash, online hate, and eventual career isolation. Another big mistake she made was her marriage. The fact that she married privately reflects how much pressure she was under from public scrutiny. But the marriage itself happened just 2 months after meeting her partner, based on their marriage certificate. They met mid to late November and got married on January 12th, 2025. This clearly shows the decision wasn't made with logic, but out of emotion. This tragic death could have been avoided. With the right support system, time to heal, and space away from constant judgment, things could have ended differently. But sadly, the pressure, the silence, and the loneliness were louder than any help she might have received. And now, we're left with what ifs, wondering how different her story could have been. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to share your thoughts below, especially if you've been a fan of Kim Sae Ron's work.